Title: At a family dinner, she declared, "My ex will always be part of my life. If you don't like that, don't marry me." Everyone stared at me. I just said, "Okay." By the next week, invitations were canceled, and she realized the marriage was too. Start. I can still hear the clatter of silverware when she said it, her voice soft, almost innocent, but sharp enough to split the room in half. "My ex will always be part of my life. If you don't like that, don't marry me." Her mother froze mid-sip. Her father blinked slowly, as if he'd misheard. And every pair of eyes slid to me, waiting for some dramatic explosion. I didn't give them one. I just said, "Okay," calm, flat, final. People mistake quiet for weakness. They always have. I let the word settle. She smirked, thinking she'd won something. She didn't notice the moment I detached from her, cleanly, surgically. She didn't see the future collapsing behind my eyes. She didn't understand that okay wasn't agreement. It was the sound of a door closing. Before that dinner, I loved her. God help me, I did. 3 years of shared mornings, inside jokes, long road trips with messy sing-alongs. She'd curl into me at night and swear she'd never felt safer. I believed every word because I wanted to. Because loving her felt like purpose, like home. There were signs, of course. Late-night messages she brushed off, a photo she claimed was old, a shift in her voice whenever his name came up. But love is a beautiful blinder. You don't see the cracks until the entire thing starts to groan under its own weight. Still, I trusted her. Or maybe I trusted the version of her I'd built in my head. The truth arrived quietly, like most betrayals do. I found her laughing at her phone one night, curled away from me, heard her whisper, "No, he doesn't suspect a thing." Saw the old hoodie on her bed, the one she swore she'd thrown out years ago because it smelled like the past. I walked out of the room before she noticed me, closed the door gently. On the other side of it, something in me went cold. Not broken, not devastated, just awakened. I realized then she hadn't chosen me for partnership. She'd chosen me for stability, while keeping him as her emotional safety net. I was the house she lived in. He was the fire she played with, and she thought she was clever enough to juggle the two. Revenge isn't rage, not real revenge. Real revenge is architecture. I started small. Passwords she'd forgotten she shared with me. Old photos buried in shared cloud storage. Screenshots of messages she never expected anyone else to read. I documented everything. Quietly, methodically. Dates, times, patterns. Then I moved to logistics. Our wedding venue? I handled the contract personally. Her dream photographer? Booked under my name. The cake deposit? Mine. Every piece of the wedding lived under my legal control. She never noticed. She hated paperwork. I also visited a lawyer. Not to sue, she wasn't worth that. I asked about disengaging from shared assets, dissolving co-signed accounts, and ensuring she'd walk away with nothing of mine. My lawyer called it protective distancing. I called it stage setting. By the time the family dinner happened, all that remained was timing. When she made her little declaration, I didn't argue, I didn't accuse her, I simply let her take the rope. The morning after that dinner, while she was still smug, I canceled the venue. Next day, florist. Then the band. Then her dress appointment. Quietly informing them the wedding was postponed indefinitely. They all refunded me. She didn't notice anything until the 7th day, when the invitation designer emailed her, confused, asking why I had canceled the print order. She stormed into the living room holding her laptop like a weapon. "Did you cancel the invitations?" "Yes." "Why?" I didn't look up from my coffee. "Because we're not getting married." Her voice cracked. "What are you talking about? You said your ex will always be part of your life. You made it clear where your loyalty is. I'm just honoring the choice you made. She stared at me, realization slamming into her like a tidal wave. You misunderstood. No, I finally met her eyes. I finally understood. She tried crying, then pleading, then bargaining. I stayed quiet through all of it, steady, immovable. She wasn't used to that version of me. By Thursday, her family called. By Friday, his name reappeared on her social media. Perfect. The final act took place in her parents' living room, the same place she'd made her declaration a week earlier. She'd gathered the family, hoping they'd pressure me to fix things. Her mother asked, "Why would you cancel everything without talking to her?" I placed my phone on the table, pressed play. Her voice filled the room. "No, he doesn't suspect a thing. I know, I miss you too. He's just comfortable." No one breathed. Her father's jaw tightened. Her mother turned pale. She looked at me, eyes wide with horror, betrayal, but of her own making. "You recorded me?" she whispered. "No," I said. "You recorded yourself. I just paid attention." Silence. Heavy, suffocating. She broke first, dropped into a chair, covered her face. Her parents didn't defend her, didn't blame me. They finally saw her clearly, the way I already had. I stood, buttoned my jacket. "This is where I leave," I said softly, "before your past becomes my future." And I walked out. No shouting, no dramatic exit, just freedom. A week later, she texted, "I made a mistake. Can we talk?" I didn't respond. She called, emailed, showed up at my place once, stood outside crying. I watched from the window until she left. Guilt never came, only clarity. She taught me one lesson I'll keep forever. Some people don't betray you suddenly. They do it slowly, confidently, believing you'll never notice. My revenge wasn't cruelty. It was correction. People ask why I stayed so calm. The truth is simple. When someone shows you exactly how little they think of you, the most powerful thing you can do is let them lose you. I gave her that loss, and I don't regret a single moment.